So for those of you that watched my last video, I showed you step by step how to take the Ford Bronco hardtop off all by yourself. But while I was doing that, I also wanted to make a video covering how to take the doors off on the Bronco. Now, they should be pretty similar to the Jeep, but to be honest with you guys, I haven't even tried it yet. So I'm excited to test it out and see how much easier or harder it could be than it is in the Jeep. Now, first step on this is going to be pretty much the same as the Jeep, but for a different reason. Typically, I'll roll down all the windows so I can use the rest of the frame as a good grip point. But for this, I'm rolling down all the windows because, as you can tell, there's no actual protection around that glass. So I definitely don't want to sit it down on something and lean it on the glass or just have the chance of breaking it. That's going to be really expensive to replace. Easy enough. Now, once we've got the windows rolled down, what we'll need to do is unplug the power. What you need to do is push this cover back, and then it's as simple as unplugging it just like that. That is so crazy. That is super, super simple. Now, like I've told you guys time and time again, the Bronco had a fair chance to know exactly what they're competing against with the Jeep Wrangler. So a lot of the inconveniences, they made quite a bit easier. So we'll do that on all four doors. Now, the back ones are a bit easier to actually access. For the front ones, they're a little bit tighter just because of the space that you have in this gap, but for the back, you've got no issues at all with that. They don't have exposed hinges like the Wrangler. They're all internal. So, I'm assuming we just need to undo these bolts right here. Now, for our next step, we are going to need the toolkit. We're going to get our 13mm socket and then our wrench right here, and that should be all that we need from what I can tell right now. So just like I said before, we're going to have to get in there and loosen up the two bolts right here. It looks like this one and this one right here. So I'm going to start on the bottom one. I don't think it'll matter which one you start with, but don't have much room to work in here, that's for sure. But it looks like after you loosen it up just a little bit, they're finger tight the rest of the way, so you can just unscrew it with your fingers. Bolt number one, these are really tiny bolts. And then the top bolt is a little bit bigger. It's really strange to me that the mirror is not attached, which is good because whenever you take the doors off on the Jeep Wranglers, you don't have mirrors anymore. So you'll still have mirrors, but that's usually what I use to hold on to. I'm gonna grab the handle on the outside, and then I'm gonna grab this right here. Whoa, that was super, super easy. Now the weight does feel pretty similar to the Jeep Wranglers, to be honest. Not much of a difference, but I've got my hand on the outside right here and on the bottom right here, and then I'm just gonna go sit it down. Now, keep in mind, before you do take these off, you'll always want to have a designated place in mind, usually with some mats down or some type of towel, something to protect the paint, just to serve as a barrier between the door and the actual ground, because they will scratch up pretty easy if you're just sitting them down. And just a pro tip for you guys, always carry the door with the inside facing towards your body. If you're carrying a pocket knife, if you're really carrying anything, you can scratch the outside of that door pretty easily. So just carrying it like this makes it so much easier. And then another tip for you, whenever you're sitting them down, you'll always want to lean the inside towards the wall or whatever you're leaning it up against. But whenever you're sitting it down, it's a little awkward just because you're basically on the side you need to lean it down. So kind of angle it, and then you can just readjust it before you actually place it against the wall or whatever you're leaning it up against. And you want to be sure after you do sit it down, push it around a little bit on opposite sides. Put some pressure on it in different places. Make sure it's not going to fall over. Then we can grab all of our bolts and throw them in the little zipper pouch. You can divide them up, I guess, if you want, but I'm throwing them in the same pouch that I put all my hardtop bolts in, and you're pretty much good to go. And if you're not recording, you can literally have the doors off within about 5 minutes, which is honestly pretty crazy. It's not that much faster than the Jeep Wrangler, but it is a little bit faster, and it's even a little bit easier. And to beat it all, you've still got mirrors, and what looks like our 360 camera is still gonna function with our doors off. The wind is absolutely horrible out here right now, but I just wanted to show you, even with the doors off, you still have that full 360 camera, which is really, really cool. I hope this video helps some of you guys at least get a better understanding of what it takes to take the top off, the doors off with those two videos combined. If you guys haven't already, please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you want to see next. But until then, Godspeed.